Moda Blockhead friends, it's Sarah here again, and it's kind of a happy day, but it's also kind of a sad day. We are on block number 24. Woo! We've made it. We have made it to the end. This is our final block here in our Moda Blockhead 6 journey, and super excited that I get to share that with you. Along with Sarah Thomas of Sariditty is the one that has designed, and the name of this block is Mod Waterwheel. Let's take a closer look. We're also ending on a bang with this block because this block is also an 18-inch finish within this series. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the 18 inches. No, it's a great block. It is a great block to have in the series. Also, if you don't want to use this block within your setting for your final layout, you can always use this block as a pillow to go along with your quilt within this series. You could use it, and also, as I was just gently reminded, you could use it as a tote bag. You know, we all need a tote bag. We all say we don't need a tote bag, but we all need extra tote bags. We've got so much stuff to carry around to when we go and sew with our friends or do whatever we are going to be doing in our quilting community. So go ahead, print out this block pattern and the coloring pages because you're going to want to probably use the coloring pages and definitely use your swatches on this one because we don't have a color. You're going to see my color option, and it's going to give you some ideas on how to do the coloring. So print that out and meet me back here, and we'll get started on making this fun block. Okay, friends, we've gathered our pattern, and I'm going to share with you that I have also put my fabric swatches here on my color page or my front page. The reason I did that was I did a little, and it kind of shows you that you can do anything you want with these blocks. I made the C and D units the same color. What? Yes, I'm going to use the same color for my C and D because I wanted to give a special effect to the way that this block looked. I wanted it to look more of a background look than more of a scrappy look. The other way would have given me a scrappy look. If you love scrappy, make it scrappy. But I have put my color swatches here. Now this block is made up of, I know some of you are going, oh my gosh, half square triangles or half triangle squares. Really, we should be experts by this point of the videos with our half square triangles. All right, so we're going to start out, we're going to use a very large square, well, a large square for half square triangles because this block is so large, it's an 18-inch block. So we're going to start out with 5.5-inch squares. We're going to draw our diagonal from corner to corner, and then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch or a scant 1/4 inch on either side. We've got it linked above here. I don't know if it's on my left or my right. It's on this side. We're going to link above for a more in-depth tutorial on half square triangles. So I'm going to go and make all of my half square triangles up to this point. Be sure when you're making your half square triangles that you pay attention to the pairing of your fabrics. You're going to make a certain number in one fabric pairing and the other fabric pairing. Take your time on this. There's no rush on trying to get this done. Take your time so you don't have to unsew or rip anything out because you've got it paired wrong with your fabrics, because they are big chunks of fabric. You don't want to waste any fabric. So pay careful attention to the pairings of your fabric pieces to make your half square triangles. I'm going to go make all of my half square triangles and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I've got all of my half square triangles made and I've got them all trimmed. You trim them to a 5-inch square. Now that seems kind of funny to trim it to 5, but that's a nice easy number. You can use your favorite trimming method. Again, we have a link in the show notes on how to do a half square triangle, and it goes over in depth on how to do the trimming on your half square triangles. There is one last step before we put the final block together. Our 4 corner units that are used on the outside 4 corners, they get a little stitch and flip unit sewn onto them. Again, we've done stitch and flip 100 million times. It seems like it, doesn't it? But we have it linked above on how to do a stitch and flip. But you're going to take your 2.5-inch square, put it on the corner, make sure that you put it on the correct corner of this half square triangle, because it will make a difference in your final layout if you're following our black and white or your colored drawing. Be sure that you're putting it onto the proper corner. So I have gone ahead and done, I've made this one for you so you can see. Again, you lay it there, you stitch it, you flip it, and you've got it all ready. I'm going to go gather all of my units together and we're going to lay it out, and I'm going to show you my tips on how I've put the final block together. Okay friends, we are back. I finished sewing the stitch and flip on the 4 outside corners, and voila, I have laid out my block. So you can see, because of where the color placement is here on the block, it was real important of the color pairings of your 5.5 inch squares at the very, very beginning. So this is a 16 patch block. Now you can make it whatever configuration you want to sew it together. On our pattern, we suggest that you make a 4 patch, a 4 patch, a 4 patch, and a 4 patch, and that you sew them, those 4 patches together, and then you sew one big final 4 patch. I went a little against the grain. I sewed mine in rows, just like a quilt. So if it was a 16 block quilt, that's how I made mine. So I sewed the top row, the second row, the third row, the fourth row together, and then I pressed my seams in opposing directions. So I would press left, I would press right, left, and right. And then I just sewed the 4 seams, those 4 seams together, pressed those all open, and then voila, I have my completed block. This again is a huge block. It's an 18.5 unfinished block. Again, a nice one to make an extra pillow if you want to make an extra pillow. If you don't want to use it in your layout, you aren't going to use that. I love the effect that this block gives because it's like a double pinwheel. You've got your interior pinwheel here going, and then you've got the little wings on the outside that it gives you that extra little pinwheel effect with this block. I think that's all the tips I have for this week's block. Thank you again to Sarah Thomas of Sariditty for providing this super fun way to end our series. I said it, it's ending. The series is ending. This is our last block. I've been super excited to join you guys in on this journey. Above me, you're going to see a link. Throughout this journey, we have talked about all of the different ways that you can set your blocks. We're giving you several options out on the Moda blog, and different layouts from different people. If you're doing my favorite color is still Moda, you've got that setting already for you. But there are several different options out there for you to use. So be sure to click on that link above or in the show notes, and you'll be able to see all the different options that are going to be available. Again, thank you to Sarah, and it's Sarah here. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I've had a great time sharing all of my stuff with you. And here I am tearing up. Why am I tearing up? I love being here with all of my friends. So thank you for joining us, and happy sewing.
No, I'm tearing up.
Why am I tearing